Oh yeah, baby dolls, welcoming you. Crypto's juiciest news. We're looking at a Bitcoin price of around $63,000 to $64,000. We are witnessing this right now to our chart, friends. But of course, if we just go up a bit high time frame, I know what we want. I know what you want. You want this. Whee! I know, friends, I know. But you got to remember, if I go back to the others BTC ratio, which I'm going to show you shortly, the friendship doesn't begin until mid-August. The fractal, if the fractal repeats, I remember this is like third time lucky, right? But it's been repeating so far. We've had the exact time distance when the others, so the altcoins against Bitcoin, they went and flipped green. So they flipped from red to green. That certain amount of time that it stayed green, that has exactly mimicked 2016 and 2020 to show us that it is an amazing repetition of the cycle. The exact same time period. I'm going to show you that right now. So just think about this period of where August is, where mid-August is. It's around here, okay? So, you know, Bitcoin can always do like wee, like this, you know? It can just do something, friends. Like, well, I know, like something like that before it goes up. It can do something like that, okay? I know it's kind of crazy to think about us getting worn out now. Come on, friends, we're better than that, though. But also, I get the frustration. It's been too long. It's been just way too long. This is the others BTC that I was talking to you about. Okay, it's right here. Where is the fractal? I know, friends, it's just, I don't like looking at it so closely, but my gosh, it's just around here. It is around this time. And remember the time period I was talking to you about. When this flipped green, okay, this year, literally 2024, when this flipped green, the time it took to flip red was 294 days, which is exactly what happened in the previous Bitcoin halvening year, 2020, this is 287 days. See that? Within a week, friends. And then 2016, also, I'm going to show you as well, 2016, which is it right now, actually. We check out 2016. I mean, just once again, just it's spooky. How many days? There you go, 294 days. I mean, like, it's literally happening exactly. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Different interest rate levels, different QE levels. You know what it kind of tells you, friends? It tells you all those macro guys, the really in tune macro people. You know, okay, so let me explain to you. So 99% of macro people think interest rates actually matter. No, they don't. They don't. They already know how much they're going to print in the background to get a certain inflation. It's all cooked. It's all cooked. They already know the number. What they can't control, though, is the extreme part of the printing. What's the extreme part of the printing? It's when it's when workers finally spend their money. It's a bit hard to control that. But everything else leading up to that point, they do control. They can turn on the sprickets. They basically fire them up. So they already pre-plan it. Now, the Fed, friends, the interest rate, it's a reflection of just where the consumer spending needs to be. But that's pretty much it. It's not a reflection of where everything else needs to be. The curve moves first based on their money printing. So I know this is a it's a difficult concept for people to grasp. Like, wait a minute. My whole life I've been told that the interest rates, they dictate everything. No, they don't. The printer dictates. First, they start with the printer, expand the balance sheet of the central banks. Then you move to the euro dollar. This is the global liquidity index we're talking about. Then it moves down to the collateral, what they call collateral, friends. It's actually a bunch of poopy junk, fiat currency junk, you know, T-bills, all these other notes and stuff. So yes, when you go down the line, you're like, wait a minute, that's interesting. Where's the interest rate part? The interest rate gets done. Interest rate is like the most laggiest last thing to move. It is a trick, isn't it? It is a nice trick. But why is it a trick? It's because like the money gets spent first by the insiders. They get the currency first, the Cantillon effect. They go and blow it out in places, and then eventually the places they blow it out include other banks who now have more credit with each other bank, who now can give out more loans to people, and those loans you can go and get yourself like more borrowing power for the stock market. You can get more borrowing power just to go expand your business. That's what happens, and hire more people. But it's a long line. Not long, but you know, there's a lot of things that come first. So here we go, right? This brings us to today. It shows you that these period of altcoins outperforming Bitcoin, even though the interest rate levels have been different, the QE levels have been different, 2016, 2020, 2024, they've all been doing the same stuff in the background. it's basically it's a 4-year global liquidity index. They start the printers, and then they start dispersing out the money, and then eventually gets too much. They go, hey, we got to pull it back, and they do that, and it contracts. Unfortunately, in crypto though, we don't have a DCA coming in. In the stock market, they have 60 billion with a B, 60B buying every month in stocks without fail, because they're not allowed to retire. You're not allowed to take out your money before your retirement age. So there's a forced bid every single month. But that's why you don't get these giant crashes. Like, just imagine the stock market was allowed. Let's say you didn't have the DCA bid. It wasn't a Ponzi, okay? Imagine the stock market was allowed to drop 70% for the index, which means some stocks are literally down 85 to 90%. That's crypto now. You can literally get in, make a 10x. But they don't do that. Most of these stocks, because the market knows, oh, we've got a DCA bid coming in, they don't drop 90%. A lot of these big stocks that you really want to buy, like a Coca-Cola or stuff, they'll only drop 11%. I'm not even joking. They'll literally drop 11 to 15%. So you can't get like, a 3, 4, 5, 10x. You can't get that. Instead, what you're capped to is more like 15% if you buy at a huge discount, or like 50%, maybe up to a 2x. You see what I mean? So that's a big difference in the returns. Now, as well, baby dolls, I'm going to play some nice pump music because we deserve some pump music. But just to show you, okay, I've left the emojis here in green, friends. Just the emojis for Bitcoin, Ethereum, ETH, BTC's blue. Just letting you know, we could be looking at an orange soon. We could be. I could feel, just rinse people one more time. It's not mid-August yet. When mid-August comes, that's the time for friendship, okay? I'm telling you, man, every time we deviate away from this fractal, every single time, we get poopied in the face. And I mean, like, it'd be lovely if it continues. Man, just imagine, friends. Just imagine we get a Trump victory. Imagine we get a Donald Trump victory. He cuts taxes 15%. Everything goes amazing. We just have this big blow off and everything prices it in. Now, you might say, wait a minute, but how are we going to go down in his inauguration and everything comes up? How come, if this happens, friends, if we actually do peak out in December, wave 1, then we come back down, and takes a while, like this 5 to 6 months isn't so good. Yeah, man, there could always be a planned attack by deep state stuff next year as well. There could be a planned crisis, or it could also just be, friends, people naturally, as they do, they're front running the early stuff of Trump again. They're front running it so aggressively because they go, oh, I know what that means. Market pump, they buy today. Not everybody was buying stonks at the end of 2015 when Trump won. Okay, actually the 2016, people weren't buying stonks just because they go, oh, Trump's definitely going to go up, even though the stock market went up. But people didn't like rush in to buy all around the world. They go, oh, this is going to be the greatest thing about that. Of course, people who won, yes, they did believe, but not everyone. Not because we had no evidence, we had no precedent, but now we do. So now, baby, I was going to have a quick look at Ethereum as well. It was great for me to explain for you that liquidity index because when I see stuff, I'm seeing these charts. I'm like, why is that doing that? Why is that just magic? There has to be something going on in the background. That's why we work. We go back to first principles and we work through it. That's why we are confirming friendship here. That's why highest value content in crypto. The fact that I can see how the money printer, tick for tick, is moving along their Microsoft Excel database spreadsheets, which is just literally all it is. Not joking. It's just literally Microsoft data Excel sheets, moving money across. That's it. Moving money, okay? Just changing digits. We can just see it move along and you're like, wait a minute. There's no place for the interest rate here. There is no place. The interest rate gets set naturally by the market depending on, when they're spending, they're printing the money. They pay off for the gaps. They pay off for the interest rates and everything, and the interest debts between each government. And then they hit a point where it gets too much. They're paying too much. See, they're trying. The debt fiat system is going to implode no matter what. It's literally mathematically programmed to implode. We're now on the final legs, friends. Can I use an analogy? It is life support. And I'm not joking, life support. Friends, at the end of someone's life, let's say some people unfortunately out there, God rest their souls, with cancer, or maybe they can't breathe anymore, they're on life support on the machine, and the machine's got to go, because they can't even breathe anymore. Yeah, so the machine's breathing in and breathing out. Yes, that's what the money printer situation, the global liquidity index, is doing pretty much right now. It's literally on its last legs. It's literally breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. So now we have this 4-year cycle stuff, right? We're now in cycle 4, breathing in, breathing out. Eventually it's going to conquer. But this is the thing, friends. This is the crazy part. Okay, the doctors the doctors and the nurses are putting you on life support, what a shocking turn of events if they end up being the ones who kill you. That's exactly what that's what the deep state's going to have to do with this currency system, friends. You can't make people leave your system unless there's a new shiny system over there. And how do you accelerate that, right? You have to make your current system look bad. How are they going to make it look bad? Well, that's where the conspiracy stuff starts. So everything I've said until this point, not even close, it's just 100% fact. Okay, 100% fact. We know that all this. That's why the crypto industry exists, by the way. The whole reason the crypto industry exists because of these things. Now, the guessing and the speculation is, okay, how are they going to kill the system? You know, is it going to be a financial crisis over here? One of the countries goes bankrupt? Is it going to be a planned cyber attack? Something's going to come along, all right? We don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be a war somewhere. I hope it's not a war. Very low odds. I hope it's not a war, okay? But something's going to kill that old system, or the system that we're on right now, to let everyone move in. And they go, hey, everybody, here's $200 stimulus if you sign up to this thing. Just put all your ID in here. You know, everyone's doing it in 5 seconds. Now, friends, looking at little Ethereums, it's beautiful just to see this Ethereum weekly chart. Very nice to see this bounce up. We're going to got an Ethereum ETF coming. Hopefully, this is a beautiful, beautiful type of shoot up. That's what we're looking for in Ethereum. Ethereum is just a sign of the risk on sentiment from everything else. It's pretty much just the same as we've been moving through. Now, baby dolls, I am going to show you this Alex Jones clip. Okay, this is very, very interesting. Now, before I just preface you, so Alex Jones, he's known as the sky is falling guy. So, and let me know. Okay, let me just tell you something. Okay, I've listened to Alex Jones' podcast. I've listened to a lot of him, and he knows everything. Okay, all the deep state stuff, UFO sightings, advanced weapon tech, everything that I like listening to. You know, Richard Dolan stuff and all these other. I like listening to all of them just to get all the perspective. He knows all of it. Trust me, he knows all of it. He's a very, very, very smart guy. However, he's still like a red hot blooded American. And he loves G'ing up with his short-term stuff. And also, he doesn't speculate like us. Like, we're in markets, friends. You see, we get humbled literally all the time. We're like, oh, I think it'll do this. And then it goes, okay, so we're used to that. Because you have the price charts reminding you all the time how wrong you can be. You got to hedge your bets and stuff here and there. You got to be more nuanced with it. With Alex, he'll just say stuff like, there's going to be an attack. This will happen 100%. And guess what? Sometimes he gets it right. Sometimes he literally gets it right. You can see the programming. But there's a lot of chaotic randomness in the world. So it's not always 100%. So let's have a listen to this clip and I'll let him explain.
With the media, Operation Gladio. So this is Gladio 2.0. They just shot the Slovakian president 5 times. He lived. They're trying to kill Viktor Orban, trying to stop World War III. We are in direct war with Russia. And Trump is saying the military-industrial complex, I'm not doing that. This is stupid for business. He doesn't feel powerful killing people. He doesn't think war is sexy because he's not a pussy. So I'm telling you, the default is truck bombs, poison Trump, shoot him if they can, and then separately stage terror attacks against the pre-programming's there. It's black people. They're going to hit black people with massive terror attacks. I mean, we may have hundreds dead at a church, hundreds dead at a college. And they're going to say a Trump supporter did it. Now, that's their next move. Do they got the guts to pull it? I think they do.
What is your read on...
So, as you can see, friends, so that's what he's like. He's thinking, he's studying the enemy. I study the enemy like all the time. So, he's just basically, he's thinking about, okay, they were meant to kill Trump. Divine intervention. All right, next plan. Next plan is they're like, all right, well, now we have the Uncle Joey Biden like, oh, no, I'm actually sick, even though I was walking around an hour ago. Okay, I was sniffing that lady. I was ready to sniff that lady just an hour before getting caught sick. Okay, so he's basically just going, okay, well, now looks like, okay, they're going to inflame everything. How are they going to inflame everything? Okay, let's do a false flag. Let's do something. Friends, I've got to throw this to you. When I first heard these years ago, I completely ignored the first 100 times I came across these. I was like, boring, totally not true, not possible. That's when I was like, really, really boring. Let me go move on to something else. Let's go listen. Let's just do something else in my life. Okay, I never paid attention. But then I have to show you this. Okay, I'll just tell you this. Then I learned about MK Ultra. All right, so in the 1960s, the Coconut Intelligence Agency was using drugs to train people into killing for them. They got caught, but 99% of documents were destroyed. Imagine what they are doing today. More chemical influences, who knows what else. Look at this. MK Ultra is not a conspiracy theory. It's documented. 99% of files were destroyed. The 1% or less that didn't get burned showed that the Fancy Bananas investigators and the Coconut Intelligence Agency would experiment on test subjects and use them to commit murders. This is from Grok. MK Ultra was a top secret Coconut Intelligence Agency program that began in the 1950s and continued for over a decade. The project aimed to explore the potential of mind control through the use of drugs, hypnosis, and other psychological methods. It involved numerous unethical experiments on unwitting subjects. Do you want to know what they did, friends? One of the things they did, they got caught. They literally went into a brothel and they spiked guys who were going there to see a lady of the night, or maybe later of the day, maybe like lunch with your prostitute. They went and spiked them with drugs, mind-altering drugs. They'll give them LSD, acid, whatever the hell they could do. They just, and obviously none of the guys who were going in there, they had no idea what the hell was going on. They're just, hey, you got to drink this. Okay, sweet, drink this water, okay? And then they would experiment on them. Do they remember stuff later on? How can they control them? How can they coerce them? Do they start telling the truth about stuff? So this is just one. And by the way, this is in the 50s, man. It's been 70 years. What are they doing now? God knows what they're doing now. And this is the one that got caught. The one that got caught. By the way, there is a case. I forgot the guy's name. MK Ultra. They were training him to kill. And then I think he suicided himself. He suicided himself, or no, he got suicided. One of them. I think they were training him to kill. Yeah, he didn't. I don't think he knew he was a killer. You gotta remember, friends, this type of stuff, like they know, man. They know. They have this stuff. That's why I'm telling you. I did not know this was possible when I was a young kid. I did not know there are actual things. You know, watch cartoons. There's truth serums. Oh, I'm gonna tell the truth. Yeah, they're actually real. They're actually real. There's date rape drugs. There's all these, friends. You can look at them. Look at them on Wikipedia. You have willingness to tell the truth and stuff. So yes, and if you're wondering how that happens, it's basically just it's pumping out dopamine and serotonin and lovey-dovey feeling, so you feel comfortable no matter what. So when they ask you a question, your brain is transmitting that much happiness, the chemicals in your brain. So when someone asks you a question, if you're feeling so happy, you're like, yes, I'll tell you, yes, I'll talk to you. Okay, so by the way, this is me. This is like low-level plebs sitting on a squeaky chair analysis. Imagine what they're doing. Okay. See, the program was officially halted in 1978. Yeah, halted. Yeah, they don't halt anything, friends. Like once in the Kia, always in the Kia. Okay, MK Ultra remains a controversial chapter in the history of the Kia, raising serious ethical and legal concerns. Okay, serious ethical. Bro, there are no ethics and there are no legals. I don't know what you're talking about. This all the serious legal concerns. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. So now I hope, friends, you can look at this Alex Jones thing about, hey, yeah, someone can go in and do that. By the way, the government should have Donald Trump. Friends, have you noticed it's always a lunatic who takes drugs? Have you noticed that? They're already taking drugs. They're always on like a Ritalin or every single time. They're already used to it. We're already zombied up. Okay, so they got the best things in the world. Also, just to let you know, if you're like still on the fence, which you can't be by this point, just to still on the fence, you know Olympians, friends. You know, like the actual like Olympians. You know their blood. You know their countries have amazing top tier blood doping chemists. These people are so bleeding edge. They're ahead of the testers. They're always figuring out chemicals, and these guys are paid millions and millions of dollars to help the team pass all the tests. They learn about the tests. They're always ahead. How can we get these things to act? What are they testing for? So these guys all over the world, some of them get kidnapped just to do that, okay? Just to help the team in, like, you know. So this type of stuff, they're all doping. Everyone's finding. It's just like who gets cheat, who cheats, who finds a way through, and who doesn't. Okay, so that's what it comes down to. So I'm just showing you that if in competition, think about this: competition to win sports games, it's that intense that if they're paid to be 2 to 3 years ahead of the testers. Okay, these sports guys for competition. What the hell do you think $2.8 billion of funding is going to help you do? All right, so that's why there's stuff beyond here. There's things that'll never make it out, and that they always have contingency plans. So you never believe what you hear fully. But also when it comes to Alex as well, it's something interesting. He's always like, oh, this will happen, this will happen. Yeah, I know, but like, you know, in crypto, we're like, oh, could, kind of could. If it doesn't, anyway, move on before you suckle. That's pretty much what it comes down to. That's why, baby dolls, I really do mean it when I say this. Everyone says we're lucky to be on the moon, but they didn't forget we sold on this. So we're just like seeing a Donald Trump assassination part. Look at the previous stuff we've held through. Okay, Russia-Ukraine war, that was a devastating crypto. Higher interest rates, Stock market crashes, Luna UST collapse, FTX explosion. Why? Jim Cramer was turbo bearish at the lows of Bitcoin and Ethereum. I know. It's just these magical top signal indicators, friends. That's all it comes down to. And like ultimately at the end of the day, that's all you can really go off. Faith. It really is just coming down to that. But you can never really turn your back. I mean, like, look at this breaking. George Soros says he loves Bitcoin. Says his son Alex is more of a crypto guy. Remember, his son Alex was also actively psyopsing, which we found on there. He's basically, I could just tell this guy's going to be like a little tyrant going on. You can just tell it. You just feel it. He might dunk on us later on. You can never really trust the friends. These people, they're always out for power. And remember, crypto people, friends, we are a gem. We are so motivated and passionate, and we are psychos, man. We're literally psychos. The stuff we do just for meme coins, people are gonna find a way to weaponize it. We're gonna weaponize it the wrong way, but hopefully our prices are higher. That's all I care about. Okay, hey, throw out all that conspiracy stuff. Okay, good. Do it later, man. Just do it when we're higher. We're 2 trillion right now. Send us to 10 trillion. Also, friends, has AI gone too far? I mean, I got really uncomfortable seeing this photo. I did not want to post this. This one, friends, this is one. You know your friend told me, man, I post everything. Just like, hey, here's some entertainment for the day, okay? But this one, I actually thought about it for like 5 seconds. I was like, it's even making me uncomfortable. Do I really want to show this? Man, it's getting too real, friends. It's getting too real. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Well, one more time. You know what I mean? Just what comes next? Video AI. We already have that. Oh yeah, just things are gonna start happening, friends. I don't know if you've seen. There's been some. I think there was a case in Australia or somewhere, maybe in Americana, where the kid's basically getting sentenced because he took another girl in his high school and he used AI to put her face on porno images. But because that's crazy, right? But because she is under, I think they're like 14 or 15, they're like underage, then I think it's like a serious crime. But the kid is that age as well. But then it's weird. It's like, wait a minute. You put a face on someone else, you know? What if you put a face on a different body? What does that mean? Does that mean that using someone's face is illegal? Does that mean you can literally use everything else? Okay, sweet. How can you even prove that's someone's face though? Can you change it? You know, that's why this AI thing, friends, has just blown everything out of the water. That's why literally all we can really rely on are fun memes like this from ChainLink. I love this, friends. Dun, dun, dun. Da, 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 da. I just love going through this. I don't know who made this. This is literally Wagey and the Neat. I'd love to play for you the whole music thing. That's what we live for. Just everyone's making these memes of Wojak and Peppy. These are the type of things that help us just literally pass time while all these background technologies, AI and everything going through, friends. Don't forget, we did survive the bear market. Send it. This is me, all the dick butts and all the cute little fun and flavors and everyone and characters coming on. Hello, children. I bring you love. There's plenty more to come where that's coming from. I want to throw this out to you. Very entertaining. Classic crypto Twitter. Look at this. Louis Fur. What part of the cycle is this? Now let's read this. Look what he says. My girlfriend of 5 years just broke up with me. How do you heal this pain? You deserved it. This is Andrew Tate. You deserved it. Women only leave losers. Because I'm kind, send me her Instagram and I'll ignore her begging. Otherwise, I might accidentally fudge her. Oh, man. It's funny. Shout out to Louis for as well. I read through the tweets as well. He made a joke as in something like, no, I go to restaurants by myself. I actually played him. It was a psyops. I don't have a girlfriend. No one would date me. He says, I remember he said something like that. It made me laugh so much. So it's just, we're all having fun out here. But see, friends, Andrew Tate was one of my top signals, man. He was he's one of the top signals. I just didn't expect it to come so early. And speaking of those top signals, that's why I'm shocked that they've come so far like this. Shout out to my friend Ivan on tech. So Ivan, the great technologist. So I put my top signal list on there. And we have Bitcoin ETF, Ethereum ETF. Now, Andrew Tate launches a coin. That was one of mine. So yeah, just to add context, but I had it from a year ago. Back when Andrew Tate was anti-crypto. So if Ivan, you're listening out there, I had that from literally when he was like, crypto's all for scammers. It's all for scammers. You remember Andrew Tate saying that? It's more than, it's literally a year and 3 months ago. Like March 2023, April 2023. And I was like, okay, he's launching a coin. That's the top signal. Because, friends, Go back. People were telling me, Sommi, I'm in his group. He'll never, ever, ever do that. He'll never, ever launch a coin. And I said, dude, I know crypto and I know the crypto industry and I know what's inside of us, all right? When you have uttered the word crypto and Bitcoin like 5 times, that is no coincidence, okay? It's not like one of these old government puppets. They're like, oh, this cryptocurrency industry. No, he had said the words crypto being said 5 times. I go, it's in his brain. I go, he could have chosen any word: rhinoceros, candy, jelly beans, circus, football. No. The word is crypto. I was here, crypto. So if you put it on a timeline, remove everything they say, friends. Remove all the words and just highlight the word crypto. So day 1, crypto. A month later, crypto. 2 days later, that crypto, altcoins. You know, and so he's saying the word. It's in his mind. Launches the coin. Now, remember, top signal, it's one of the top signals. Obviously, I thought it'd come at the end. It came early. It was like he started. I was like, oh, well, okay, we have a meme coin, celebrity coin thing. Now, also want to show you, friends, we've gone through all of these top signals. I've made a whole video on it, but so Ivan was confused on the show. Not confused, he's curious. What is US Congress self-bans from stocks? Well, Ivan, the top signal in 2021 was the US Fed doing a planted story. You don't have to believe it's planting. A planted story where one of the Fed insiders basically was doing insider trading, and so they have to ban all the Fed members from owning stocks. So what they were able to do was all like 200 of them, all of them at the Fed, they had to click sell on their stocks. They had to exit stocks. All of them. And they all did this big selling, and remember, you can't own them anymore? Okay, so basically saying, hey, general public, please remind me, are you telling me to click sell right now? They go, yes, we don't want you to own them. I go, okay, sweet, click sell. And that was literally happening at the top back in 2021. I'll show you where it is. It happened in October. Okay, so obviously this was, here it is right now. This was the Fed doing it. And you can actually see it more pronounced if we go to the stock market chart of the S&P 500. So this is, if Ivan, if you're watching, this is what they literally did, man. Literally, they are allowed to own stocks this whole way, and then after 14 years, okay, guys, we've got to sell them now. See yous. Now, here's the thing. You're probably wondering, but it went up as well. Yes, here's the thing. They can't get the Fed and the Congress to sell all at the same time. There's too many people. That is literally, if you add them all up, it's like 500 to 1,000 insiders. Can you imagine both the Fed and the US government go, hey, we're all click and sell. Okay, now, the next thing that's left, though, is Congress. And I've been tracking that for a long time. So Congress, I have this one of my speculations, right, that somewhere in the next top signal, in maybe it might be coming 2025. We've been tracking this since 2022. AOC, they started talking about it. AOC, that lady, she introduces it. They start talking about it. It's moving away through. And that's why I think when they finally decide to do it, it's going to be around an exit pump, when they're finally motivated to sell. Also, if you're not into, like, you know, conspiracy stuff at all, it's not even conspiracy. If you like being a bit of a sheep, it doesn't have to be malevolent. Okay, it could just be the fact that as the stocks are going up and up and up and up, they can see the bill and they have like 100 bills to choose from, and then they're all like, hey, let's fast forward that selling thing because the stock market's up like a lot now. We want to take our profit. We want to be able to exit. That's another way to look. So they're not malevolent. It's just that naturally humans, as the prices are going up, you're thinking about, okay, let's get rid of this. That's another way to view this. If you think that it's all chaotic and it's all random. So I guess we'll see. Remember, there are other top signals there as well. So it doesn't mean it's 100%. Just have to be relying on that just necessarily. So right here, obviously, Ty Lopez, Jim Cramer, the Coinbase app. So these are just it. It's just kind of like, and for everyone else out there, they are just a guide. It's like a North Star guide. So friends, just imagine, okay, look, just imagine we see this, okay? Imagine Jim Cramer turns bullish, Coinbase App Store hits #1 ranking, and a meme coin hits, okay? So now you're like, wait a minute, there's still 2 things left. Okay, but what I'm saying is there is 6 out of 8. I've actually added another one here. There's actually raising more than $1 billion. So that's what I want you to look at. You're like, oh, wait a minute. At some point, it's like 6 out of the 9 or 7 out of the 9 have been hit. So like, what are you risking? You're risking like, okay, the next 2 get hit versus everything stopping. That's how I want everybody just to think about that. I'm trying to help everyone. Rather rather than get everybody to think about, obviously, the wrong way, which is just, okay, I'm clicking all out at one go. I'm just trying to help everybody. That's all. Also got a reply here from Cleo. Shout out to Cleo, Mr. Lincoln. Hang on, are you saying we've reached the top for ETH? No. This was, Steve had this thing. This is my original OG list. I made a list I've had like a year ago. I did not know the Bitcoin ETF and Ethereum ETF would start the bull run. I thought it was going to happen at the end, but I had no edge. It's not like I bet on anything on it. It's just that, like, if you asked me to guess, I guess they put the Ethereum ETF and Bitcoin ETF at the end of the bull market, but no, it's at the beginning. So that's why we're still holding on. And speaking of holding on, I mean, it does get easier when you just see simulation stuff like this. I'm sick. Just here he is, Mr. Joe Biden. This is the Trump gunman. So, man, the politics section of Twitter, they go hard, man. They go really hard. It's like, I'm just blessed we can, like, invest and, like, actually change our lives, because I don't like yelling at everyone, man. Like, just like all these people, they're just yelling at each other all the time. Team red, team blue, team red, team blue. I know, but look, man, there's no team red, team blue, friends. It's insiders and outsiders, okay? And let me tell you something. The insiders control the money printer. It all comes back to the money printer. That's it. The money printer pays for the media. The money printer pays for the college professors. It pays their salaries. The money printer pays for the banks, okay? The money printer is paying for all of them. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you got to remember that. That's why we're ultimately in crypto. And look, some people get it, some people don't. Look at Michael Saylor. Bitcoin days are numbered. It seems like just a matter of time before it suffers the same fate as online gambling from December 2013. Look at this. Haters of today will become the believers of tomorrow. Find the crypto that everybody calls a Ponzi scam. So some might say, hey, everyone's calling Hex a Ponzi scam, or whatever it is, okay? Everyone's calling ChainLink. Everyone's calling all these altcoins Ponzi scams, by the way, as soon as they go down. So that's what we're here to do, fans. We're here to win. Don't forget, mid-August. We're waiting for mid-August. Hopefully we keep popping up, but expect some sideways. Catch you soon.